How to organize your book ideas and choose KDP categories in Scrivener. The one thing I wish I knew before I published my first book was that you have to know which BISAC category it's going to fit into. BISAC stands for Book Industry Standards and Communication, and it is the reference used by bookstores and libraries to make sure your book is filed and displayed in the section that best describes your book. You get to choose two of these categories when you upload your book to KDP, and they are vitally important to the discoverability of your book. Whether you're writing fiction or non-fiction, you need to research what categories are available and make the best choices to get your books in front of your ideal audience. Otherwise, all that time and energy you put into writing can be for nothing. Don't skip this step because Amazon will choose categories for you, and if they aren't right, you will just be left wondering why your sales are not what they should be. Hi, this is Kaz from the Scrivener Quick Start channel, where I help you write your books and organize your writing projects in Scrivener. And in this training, I'm going to share my Scrivener category selection template with you and show you how to use it to research book ideas and select the best categories for your books using the information in the template and Scrivener's search function. Then we'll have a look at the best sellers in the categories you've chosen on Amazon and see if your book will fit in and be able to compete. Make sure you watch to the end of this video because I'll also show you a free tool that will bring up these product details when you mouse over them instead of having to open each book in a new tab to see its metadata. If you want to follow along, pop over to my templates page, link in the description below. There's a quick video at the top of the page explaining how to upload a template to your Scrivener app. Download the category selection template, upload it to your Scrivener app, and open a new project with it. There are two distinct lists of categories to choose from. The BISAC categories, which I've taken from the Uploads menu inside KDP, because you only have access to this menu when you're actually uploading a book, and it's easier to browse through them in Scrivener. Then there are Amazon's own browse categories lists, which are based on what people are actually searching for. I've taken these from the categories lists in the left-hand sidebar of the best-selling pages for each category on Amazon. As the results are different for books than they are for ebooks, I've added a list for each of them and color-coded their icons in the binder for easy identification. These lists change occasionally to adapt to the market, so they are not set in stone. A couple of days after your book has successfully published on Amazon, you can email KDP and ask them to add your book to a further 8 categories from the Amazon categories list. I've included instructions in the Scrivener template with a link to the KDP page where you can email them your request. So let's have a look at how to use these lists in Scrivener. This method of searching is the same for all fiction or non-fiction. I'm going to use fiction as the example because it's a little less obvious. Say you haven't written your book yet. You can browse through the categories and see what you would most like to write about. If you were writing a mystery, would you prefer to write a cozy mystery or a police procedural? And say you prefer to write an historical romance, you could chunk it down to medieval, but there's no category for Aztec romance. You might have to rethink your subject or find a different category. If you've already written a book, you can search for a category using Scrivener's search functions. First, create a file called My Categories and drag it above the template categories. Say I've written an African folk tale. I want this document to be included in any search I make for folk tale, so I'll type folk tale into the editor. When I type folk tale into the search box, I can see the first 2 results have bullet points before them because I added bullet points for each of the BISAC categories. The Amazon categories have these greater than symbols as separators, just as they have in the list. You can hover over each search result and see which documents they've been pulled from, and then select each one, but you would have to keep opening the search menu. A better way would be to open the full project search. Now I have a list of all files containing instances of the phrase folktale, including the My Categories file. First, let's see what we can mine from these two BISAC categories. Select the My Categories file, split your screen, and reduce the bottom split. Place your cursor into the top screen and choose this first fiction category file. Scroll down until you see Folktales highlighted. Copy the subcategory without the bullet point. In the bottom screen, type Fiction for the category, a separator, and paste in the subcategory. Remove the bold formatting. Place your cursor back inside the top screen and choose the next search result. Although this is an excellent subcategory, literary criticism is not suitable for this book, which means I'll have to find an alternative idea for my second BISAC category. Moving on to the Amazon categories, next we have children's books. Once again, scroll down to the search term. It might be a long scroll, but you'll be able to spot the keywords easily because of the highlight. And this category is perfect because it chunks right down to African folktale. So I'll copy that and paste it in below. Keep on working your way through all the categories with this search term and record any that look useful. Be on the lookout for new keywords that match your book and do a search for them in the same way. Folklore is an excellent keyword for this book, and we still need a second BISAC category, so I'll paste that into the search box. And now 2 more BISAC categories have opened up. I'll search all projects. Place your cursor inside the top screen, and social science is not a good match, but juvenile fiction is perfect, so let's try that. I'll copy this fairy tales and folklore subcategory. Place my cursor directly after the first BISAC category and type in juvenile fiction, spacer, and paste in the subcategory. Then I'll use this subcategory as well. When you have recorded a lot of categories, pick the best 2 BISAC and 8 Amazon categories for your book and eliminate the rest. To exit the search results menu, click on the little X icon to go back to your binder. Click on the split icon to go back to one screen. Just a quick note about the lists. I've created separate files for each non-fiction category because there are so many of them. You can browse through individual categories here in the binder and pick a file to view, or you can select the top-level file here, switch to Scrivening's mode, and view them all at once, stacked one below the other in your editor. Then, for each of the Amazon categories, I've added links to the bestseller page in each category so that you can pop over to Amazon and see what kind of books are already there and how stiff the competition is. Once you're on Amazon, you will see a list of links to each subcategory in the sidebar. Try out ones that are a good fit for your book. Browse through the top sellers to see what type of book is doing well in this category. To get this extra information and the pop-up window with even more product details about each book, you can download a Chrome extension called DS Amazon Quick View. I already have it installed, so my button says Remove, but when you open this page, it will say Download. When you've downloaded it, Chrome will automatically add it to your extensions list, and you can toggle it on and off here. You can learn a lot from this. How many pages are expected for this genre? For kids' books, what age group? For paperback, what size? And this BSR is the crucial information. The lower this number, the more copies this book is selling, and the harder it will be to beat. You need to look for categories where the average bestseller rank is neither too low nor too high. Anything below 1,000 will be extremely competitive. From 1,000 to 30,000 is the sweet spot. They are getting decent sales and are less competitive. 30,000 and higher are the least competitive, but will also have lower sales numbers. Look what categories each book is in to see if you can find further categories that would be suitable for your book. And that's how to get the best out of this template. I hope it helps you to find categories if you don't already know what you want to write about or which genre to go for, and after you've written your books, helps you find the perfect categories to place them in to have them discovered online. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to manage and write your blog posts in Scrivener using a template with a blog post roadmap to optimize your posts and a schedule for keeping track of everything inside them. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.